How do you make room in your life for beauty? What might be squeezing it out? Do you give yourself time to witness it, whether that be outdoors or in a novel? Might you be creating something beautiful yourself, but are too distracted by immediate concerns to experience it? One April day in 1992, 100 members of Miami University's men's Glee club walked, biked, or took the bus to Cumler Chapel, an old stone building on the west side of campus. Unlike their usual gigs, they weren't there to do a concert. No, the singers were there to create a compact disc. CDs were still relatively new in 1992, and the equipment required to record them was expensive. This would be the first ever CD recorded by the 85-year-old organization. Previously, the recordings were made at concerts and captured on cassette tape, which was then dubbed and distributed. 50 tenors, 25 baritones, and 25 basses filed on to the creaky metal risers. And after a warm-up, the recording began. Several standards were recorded, some louder numbers, some raucous numbers, and then it was time for Ave Maria. The Bible arrangement of Ave Maria was unlike many of the other recordings that day. It was long and it was quiet. The acoustics in Cumler Chapel, which allowed music to soar, also magnified missteps, especially in a cappella numbers. Any false note or even a slight shift in weight causing the risers to creak meant the 7-minute number had to be started all over again. Thoughts turned to assignments due the next week, itchy legs, or the odor of the tightly packed, sweaty bodies, or the evening plans that would kick off once the recording session ended, if it ever ended. At some point, though, the 100 voices found their resolve. Whatever it was that drew them to Glee Club in the first place, and the realization of what could happen when they collectively offered their best, transcended the cares of the moment. The Bible arrangement of Ave Maria repeats 3 similar verses, each one successively quieter, until you reach the end of the 3rd one, and then it soars. You might not always recognize it when it's happening, but sometimes if you give yourself space to really see, hear, and breathe, you can be immersed in a moment of beauty during which all other cares and concerns melt away. Beautiful art can outlive our ability to sing, dance, write, or paint. It often outlives the artist. The 100 singers who converged on Cumler Chapel knew they were making music, but had no idea their recording would eventually traverse the internet, be heard on iPods and smartphones, and accompany a digital presentation at a seminary hundreds of miles away 29 years later. Sometimes beauty is fleeting, and sometimes it spans lifetimes. Whatever its form, whether you are the witness or the creator, give it space. breathe, see, and hear.